recently, there's been a sentiment that's becoming popular. I think Busta Rhymes even kind of like agreed to it, that there's been others that can be credited as the originators of hip hop outside of us. Right. You have been one of the people most vocal and having a opposing, standpoint on that. Please elaborate.
Yeah, man. Look, hip hop right now. This is the 50th anniversary.
Salute.
Right. Salute to the gang, man. And it's going to the Olympics next year. So there's about to be a big corporate push for hip hop. They have to make it a positive because it's a positive now.
It is.
When hip hop was negative, nobody was claiming it, dude. When it was negative, it's them blacks. Them blacks are vandalizing with graffiti. Them blacks are spinning on the ground. Them blacks are messing up those records, scratching. Them blacks are rapping gibberish. Everything was negative. Now that we fought through it, we made it a global powerhouse. Now motherfuckers want to come out here and start claiming stuff.
Wow.
And we're saying, no. When it was black, y'all in the negative, it was all on us. We struggled as foundational black Americans, and some immigrant blacks too.
Of course.
We fought and damn near went to jail and damn near died for hip hop, man. Going back to Sugar Hill Records, Sylvia and Joe Robinson, man, they were under like federal investigation with that record company. Eazy-E.
Just based on being black and successful.
Right, just black and successful, man. Jay Prince, they were under federal investigation. Eazy-E, the feds were watching them. Greg Mack and K-Day, the first hip-hop radio station out here. 1580. Greg Mack told me the feds used to go up there asking about Easy and Ice-T and snooping around asking about the artists. Death Row, who you were doing some stuff with, man. You know what.
Shout out to Suge, free Suge.
Yeah, shout out to Suge, the stuff. And Suge, we got to give Suge credit because Suge changed the game.
Yeah, he did.
He stopped a lot of them white execs from fucking over people.
Yes.
We got to give him his props on that.
Salute.
Right. But we saw how black people, Luther Campbell, they were trying to put brothers in jail.
Shout out to Uncle Lou.
Yeah. They were trying to put Public Enemy in jail.
Do you remember when they used to do the pile of CDs and have the
demolition?
And all that.
Right, they were trying to they did put Tupac in jail. They did. See Dolores Tucker, you had her, she was with the white supremacists pushing her out there, trying to lock folks up because of their lyrics. So that was all black when we were dealing with that negativity. When we fought through it and made it possible so that everybody can make records, everybody can have freedom of speech. Now everybody wants to jump on the bandwagon and say they claim that they created the shit with us. No, that's disrespectful. You didn't create anything. You came later. You were the first students. Accept that student status.
Busta, you too black not to tap into that message, bro. We love everybody. Fat Joe, I know y'all got a multicultural thing, but you still have to be man enough. Otherwise, somebody can walk in your house and say, this is our wife.
Right.
Remember, she loves us. We both was there. I mean, it's that deep to me. These are our children.
Right. And Buster was like, well, yeah, hip-hop, it came from Jamaica. Y'all got it from us, which is completely not true.
Break bread.
Yeah, they used that lie because of Kool Herc. Kool Herc, who was one of the godfathers of hip-hop, he had some parties in the Bronx, and there were other b-boy breakbeat parties going on, but he had more popular breakbeat parties. He just coincidentally happened to be Jamaican. Nobody even knew he was Jamaican. He didn't bring anything culturally Jamaican over here. And they tried to use his Jamaican status to say, well, he brought over the sound system. He brought over toasting, which became rapping. None of that shit is true. That's just not true. So that's why we have a movie called Microphone Check, where we got a lot of the early pioneers.
That was the next thing on my list. Microphone Check, break bread. So what is Microphone Check based upon? How far we are along in the development, and have we gotten too far for me to be included?
No. Well, okay. See, now Spider was going to be, first of all, we were going to do a West Coast hip-hop documentary. Spider knows it. Spider, he was going to be in it because I was...
About 2-3 years in development.
Right, because I was calling you like, hey, man, we're going to be filming in about a month. But then this whole Fat Joe shit and all of that Busta shit start popping off. That start popping off, and I said, we got to take care of the New York stuff first. Because, that story is getting convoluted. So let's get that story together first.
Motivated by voices like Busta having an alternative perspective, you say, like, we got to get that cleared up.
Well, what I wanted to do...
That's considered the Mecca.
It is, but I wanted to get the real pioneers who were there in the 70s.
Correct.
Right in the beginning of it. And I got most of them. I got Melly Mel, Coke LaRock, Shyrock, the first female MC, the first hip-hop MC, the first guy who rhymed over records, DJ Hollywood.
Are they all FBA?
Almost all of them are FBA. Red Alert is in the movie, but he's from Antigua. He's Caribbean, but all the other ones are FBA.
So you were not biased. His
no,
influence,
right. I get Red Alert.
Even if I was surprised to find out, oh, you're included too. Come on.
Yeah. Red Alert is
that integrity in the project. Go ahead, yeah.
And I welcome Puerto Rican cats. I'm like, give me some Puerto Rican pioneers. I want Crazy Legs and all of these people.
See, when you say Crazy Legs, this is my concept on the overall subject. It seems like the debate has turned about who has originated rap.
Right.
And made it popular and made it what it is. And then it seems like there's a difference between the concept of rap and hip hop. Because hip hop consists of elements outside of rapping.
Right.
And when you say a name like Crazy Legs, I don't think of a rapper.
Right.
I think somebody who might have been breakdancing.
Breakdancer, yeah.
Then you have other people. When I think about my earliest education as far as a visual on that culture was breaking in Beat Street. I remember Ramon, Spit. So I know they had a presence somewhere, but it wasn't. None of them was on the mic.
Right.
They was doing graffiti. They was dancing. But from far as I can remember, it was always one of us standing on the mic trying to keep a rhythm on a beat and rhyme and be entertaining. Even from the black and white clips you see of people you never heard of doing the little razzmatazz shit. It's always been us.
Right. And see, all of the elements of hip hop came from foundational Black American culture. All of them, every single one. Graffiti came out of Philly, and I had the first graffiti artist in the movie, a dude named Cornbread. He's the first person to do graffiti as a work of art in urban areas. That was the first guy. It ended up going to New York. We had Cool DJ D, that was a brother who brought the sound systems over into the Bronx, coming from Brooklyn, because people in Brooklyn going into the late 60s, they were mobile DJs and they had sound systems. We were rapping on records. You go to the 1920s, you got black folks rhyming on records. What rap is, basically, you're atonally rhyming over a beat, meaning you're not committing to a note. You know what I'm saying? So you're rhyming, but you're not doing it to a note.
You can drag your vocal inflections as long as you're not trying to harmonize with a note.
Right. And that's basically what rapping is. You're rhyming over a beat without committing to a note. So we've been doing that. Going all the way to the 1920s. In the 1960s, there was a brother named Pigmeat Markham. Had a record.
Markham.
Had a couple of records where he's rapping over the record.
Would you consider him one of the first MCs?
I consider him one of the first influences of hip hop, because what makes hip hop is all the elements coming together. You see, because all the elements were there, but when they came together, that made it hip hop. So James Brown, he was a forefather of hip hop because he created funk. In order to have hip hop, you need the funk beats, where the beat is starting on the one. James Brown created funk.
That's how Caucasian and awkward and clumsy I am. As soon as you start talking about the beat starting on the 1, 2, 3, and 4 as an MC, I've been in countless studios where engineers that don't know each other be like, damn, you start on the wrong beat. Yeah. But somehow you make that shit work. Can I ask you about your perspective on the influence of disco in general, but not just disco in general, but specifically black disco, white disco, and any other versions of disco had in the 70s on our music?
Well, you got to understand, disco and hip hop were rising at the same time. It was on the rise at the same time. White disco was basically an imitation of the black disco. And many of the white disco songs, they had black singers singing them. You had a group called Foxy. They did a song called Get Off. There's a bunch of black girls singing background. The group Toto. A lot of those disco records that were by the white artists, they had black background singers really doing the vocals. But even the first technical rap record was an amalgamation of a disco record, which Rapper's Delight was Good Times. Good Times was a popular disco record at the time. Wow. And you had the Funky 4 Plus One More, when they did their record, Rapping and Rockin' the House, that was Cheryl Lynn's Gotta Be Real, which was a hot disco R&B record at the time. So we've always rhymed over disco records. Eventually, the beats got a little slower and a little more funkier, and we kept the rhyme patterns and just kind of flipped it different ways. So it's all from us. It all comes from us.